prophecy about his age. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani writes about his own age, okay, in his book, Dafal Waswas, page 288. He writes, God has commanded that not only the people of this generation should be benefited by the words of my prophecies, but also that the people of future generations should be provided with a great sign, such as you will be 80 years of age, a few years more or few less than that. This is what he says. But hold on a second. There is trickery in the words of this prophecy, for it sets no definite age limit and is open to both ends, like Ahmad has been playing games. In another prophecy, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is more definite about his age. And he goes as follows. The words of the prophecy promise that my age will be between 74 years and 86 years. This is taken from Mirza's book, Burhan al-Ahmadiyya, volume 5, page 97. We're giving references step by step, systematically. We are giving references so that no Ahmadi can claim that we are making these things up. Okay, we're not just a bunch of fools who are going to reject someone who's truthful, or we're not going to attack an innocent person of lying. We're not going to accuse an innocent person of lying. We have evidence, black and white evidence of his lies. And keep following me. This is going to be slightly long, about 3 minutes, but please follow, paying attention. Pay attention, everyone. Ahmadis and non-Ahmadis, pay attention. So he said, the words of the prophecy promise that my age will be between 74 years and 86 years. From the combination of these two prophecies, it is evident that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad should have died within these two limits, 74 and 86. He died, in fact, at the age of 69. Even this claim of Mirza in Burhan al-Ahmadiyya was not fulfilled. This is actually a prophecy because he himself uses the word prophecy. And I repeat again, the words of the prophecy promise that my age will be between 74 years and 86. And we know Mirza died at 69. According to most records, including records put down by his own sons and his first Khalifa, Hakim Nuruddin, they testified that Mirza was born in 1839. Okay, Mirza himself gave his age in a court case, as we will see in due course. Okay, so if he was born in 1839 and he died in 1908, that makes him 69 years old. And according to his own prophecy, he said that I will die between 74 years and 86 years. That makes him a liar. This is another gift for the Ahmadi missionaries like Ahmad. Before I proceed, I would like Ahmad to come in and comment specifically on this prophecy, which is more specific, because before that, Ahmad was playing games. Ahmad was saying, oh, he said 80, more or less 80, more or less 80, possibly a bit more or a bit less. But in this prophecy, Mirza was very, very specific. I will die between the age of 74 and 86. Okay? He died at 69. Over to you, Ahmad, 2 minutes.
Okay, so Ahmad, this is your last say, basically. I'm going to bring in another Qadiani after this. So please, because
so
it's been like
all,
more than 1 hour, 20 minutes.
Fine. So I didn't have Nishani Asmani open in front of me. While they were speaking for 25 minutes or so, I opened in front of me. The Prophet ﷺ says in Urdu, yani is roz se jo wo imam mulhim hokar apne tayin zahir karega. That from that day when that person would present himself as someone who receives revelation. Okay, 40 baras tak zindagi karega. Okay, now the Prophet Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam, right, received in his revelation in about 1860s, and I'm going to give you the exact date here. So based on that, he fulfills the criterion that you're mentioning, because the point that's being mentioned here यानी इस रोज़ जो वो इमाम मुल्हिम होकर अपने तई ज़ाहिर करेगा 40 बरस तक ज़िंदगी करेगा। अब वाज़ह है कि आजिज़ अपनी उम्र के 40वें बरस में दावत हक़ के लिए बाइल्हाम ख़ास मअमूर किया गया और बशारत दी गई कि 80 बरस तक या उसके करीब तेरी उम्र है। So it's a long reference. But the point is, and although this is my last time, I know you want to take other people, specifically and generally with regards to the age of the Promised Messiah ﷺ, till today in the community there is ikhtilaf on the day the Promised, I mean, there's differences of opinion with regards to research about the Promised Messiah ﷺ's birthday, and they know that, right? Just as there is ikhtilaf and on the birthday of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, as well. Okay, so this is and there's a whole research where 1835 is mentioned, 1837 is mentioned, and there's numerous other things, other dates are mentioned. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that specifically to choose this revelation about which they know that the person's birthday is not even fully known, it wasn't written down, tells you that there's already ambiguity about his date of birth. Okay, and to choose that specifically is to confuse the conversation and take it away from all of those other prophecies which have been fulfilled to the word, and this is exactly the case with the opponents of Islam as well. But if you want to go into the detail of the specific prophecy with with regards to his date, then there has to be a proper format, and we welcome you and we can discuss that in detail. But the point is, why is it the case, and the question is, that you deliberately choose something and you know that his birthday is something that it wasn't written down when he was born, right? And there are several opinions on that.
All right, thank you, Ahmed. Jazakallah khair. We are going to bring in another Qadiani, but Jazakallah khair for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have been very kind to you today, and we have let you
just
speak.
one thing before.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
He's listening. That's fine. Carry on.
Okay. Basically, I just want to, inshallah, we're not going to let them to muddy the waters. Okay. In this time, he basically tried to drag it back. Instead of mission starting from 1885, he said, oh, mission started from 1860. So they can complete the 40 years. Okay, here is a very simple answer, Brother Ahmadis. Please pay attention to this one. In 1892, Mirza Sahib said that today, 10 years of my mission have completed. How you can deal with that one? In 1905 to 7, he said that 25 years of my mission have completed. How to deal with that one? Secondly, remember the usul in Ahmadiyya. Mirza Sahib said that the mulham has the right to interpret his prophecies, nobody else. We are not going to allow any Ahmadi to give any meaning to Mirza Sahib prophecy, which Mirza Sahib himself has rejected. We are going to defend Mirza Sahib for you as well, because you can't defend him.
Okay. So this, I think we have dealt quite a long time with this. Let's move on to the next prophecy, shall we? When I bring in the next person? Or you want to stick to this still?
I want to stick to this for a few more minutes, and then we're going to move on so that we nail it once and for all, so that the Ahmadis are very clear on this, okay? So that they know we're not making this up. Ahmed, before going, acknowledged the confusion Mirza and his immediate followers have caused. Now, the problem is the followers are not the ones who were receiving revelation. Mirza was. Mirza, according to the Ahmadis, he was a prophet, the promised Messiah, who was receiving revelation. The question is, when he was receiving revelation, was he receiving revelation from the same God, or were there different gods receiving sending revelation to him? My question is, are you listening, Brother Imtiaz, Brother Hashim, and everyone?
Yes.
My question is, when Mirza was receiving revelation and giving these prophecies and these pieces of news, was he receiving revelation from one God or many gods? Why do I ask this question? You may be thinking that's a very stupid question. Mirza never claimed to believe in multiple gods. He always said he believes in one God, right? Mirza always said that. But the problem is, here The point I'm trying to make is that Mirza did not receive revelation because he contradicted himself on his very age multiple times, on his very mission multiple times, giving conflicting information. So Ahmed can try to play these games by saying that there is confusion, there is ikhtilaf, there are people talking about different years, different ages, 1835, 1836, 1830, 1839. Quite not. Let's see what I have here for you. So I'm going to present this to you. So from the combination of these two prophecies, it is evident that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad should have died.
Sorry, Brother Adnan. I'm just going to quickly pray Maghrib and be back, but continue, inshallah.
We're going to continue, inshallah. Thank you so much. Okay. So two prophecies. Which two prophecies? In one prophecy, he said, I will die at 80. Then the second prophecy is quite specific with the numbers. It says between 74 to 80. And by the confession of himself and others, he was born in 1839 and he died at 69. So that shows him to be a liar. His prophecy is false. But then, furthermore, from the combination of these two prophecies, it is evident that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad should have died within these two limits, 74 years and 86 years. He died, in fact, at the age of 69. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad gives the following date of his birth. And I'm quoting Mirza. I was born in 1839 or 1840. Hello, everyone. Are you listening? This is what Mirza said himself. And where is this? In his book, Kitabul Baraid, page 146. He said, I was born in 1839 or 1840, in the last days of the Sikh rule. The last days of the Sikh rule, if he's referring to the death of Maharaja Ranjit Singh died in the year 1839. So Mirza is saying that I was born in 1839 or 1840. By that virtue, by his own confession, Mirza was 69 years of age when he died in 1908. And then the conclusion is that his own prophecy is proven to be false, where he said, I will die between 74 to 86. Between the age of 74 and 86. He's a liar. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, by his own confession, brothers and sisters, is a liar. How more simple you want it to be? How? So we cannot put it more simply, my brothers and sisters. I continue. I want to continue so that you know.
Adnan, can I just say a few things?
Please.
Okay,
please.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, brothers and sisters, please pay attention to this one. When I was
Brother Imtiaz, I actually don't want to break the sequence. I want to continue with this, building this case, so that everyone follows me.
Just 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 3 minutes, inshallah. Okay. Then you can, inshallah.
3 minutes will break the sequence. 3 minutes will break the sequence. We'll continue. Make it quick, inshallah. Go ahead.
Adnan bhai, okay. I want the Ahmadis especially to please pay attention. When we were discussing with the previously Ahmadi brother about the 40 years of mission, he was saying again and again, why don't you discuss the Samanina Hawla, the 80 years. Now look at this one. Please pay attention. You can check the stream again. As soon as we started to discuss the 80 years prophecy, what did he say? He said, oh, because the date of birth of Mirza Sahib is under research and we cannot say something. Then why did you say this before? Number one. Number two, some people may be thinking, because he said this, that we don't know about the age of Prophet Muhammad as well. The point is this, Mirza Sahib, about this prophecy, please pay attention, listen carefully. We have the reference. Mirza Sahib said that this prophecy of my age is going to be a sign for the future generations, so they can check the validity of my claim. And then he made the claim that I will live 80 years or bit more or bit less. And then sometimes he was adding 1 or 2 years. Sometimes he was saying 6 years. Now the point is finally is this. Here is my simple challenge to all Ahmadis. Please pay attention. My challenge, because this is a technical topic. We don't want to waste people's time. Here's my challenge. I invite you to come and debate with me and prove to me that how can you say on your website that Mirza's date of birth was from 1832 to 1835? How can you say this? Mirza Sahib, in the court of law, under oath, please pay attention, in the court of law, under oath, he said that I was born in 1839 to 1840, which was the last period of the Sikh Raj. Okay. If Mirza Sahib, your prophet, please listen carefully, your prophet is saying in the court of law under oath that I was born in 1839 to 1840, how can you not accept his claim? And last point on this one is this last inshallah, I promise, last inshallah. Adnan bhai, look at this one. Look at this one. Mirza Sahib is receiving revelation for more than 23 years. Okay. And he is telling us that I'm going to give you a sign regarding my age. Now, obviously, we know the date of death of Mirza Sahib. How come in those 23 years, Mirza Sahib did not ask Allah, oh Allah, what is my date of birth? Please listen carefully, because this was a sign. And lastly, I challenge you, brothers, I will produce 10 pieces of evidence that it is conclusively that Mirza was born between 1839 to 1840, which means this sign has been disproved. The second sign has been disproved. So Mirza was a liar.
Yeah, we don't need anything more, brother Imtiaz, when Mirza himself is saying on oath, okay, that I was born in 1839 and Mirza is a prophet of God to the Ahmadi community. Either he was a liar, he was lying about his age, or the Ahmadi community doesn't think he's a prophet. Which one is it? Which one is it? Because if he's a prophet of God, he could not have lied about his age. Why is he lying? So I'll continue. The death of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad occurred on May 27, 1908. Therefore, at the time of his death, he was only 69 years old and not 74. Even counting by lunar years, the age of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad at that time of his death was 72, not 74. Indeed, he confirms once more that he was born in either 1839 or 1840. In 1857, I was only 16 or 17 years of age. Again, Mirza is saying again, and the book is Kitab al-Bara'id, again, page 146. He says, in 1857, I was only 16 or 17 years of age. Again, confirming his date of birth, either 1839 or 1840, right? 17 or 16 in 1857 makes him either he was born in 1839 or 1840. By that virtue, his prophecy was unfulfilled or false, because he himself categorically said, I will die between the age of 74 and 86. He's a liar. Clearly, by his own confession, he is a liar. We continue. The followers of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad also agree that he was born in 1839, by the way. Hakim Nuruddin, the first caliph of the Qadianis or Ahmadis, writes, Hazrat Masih Maud was born in 1839. Okay? And where does he write this? Akhbar-e-Payam is-Sulh. Akhbar Paygam is-Sulh. July 21, 1923. This is when he wrote this. Okay? In this source, Akhbar Paygam is-Sulh, July 21, 1923. It is there where Hakim Nuruddin states, Hazrat Masih Maud, i.e. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, was born in 1839. The court testimony of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, which Brother Imtiaz mentioned earlier, further confirms this date of birth. At this time, in 94, I am only 65 years of age. And then again, this is taken from his court testimony. He testified to this upon oath in the court. Okay, and this was done in the Court of Extra Assistant Commissioner Lala Motiram Mehta, Gurdaspur, July 6, 1904. We have the reference for every single thing we are putting to you, brothers and sisters. This is our love, our compassion, our mercy for the Ahmadi community. We want you to recognize this liar. We want you to understand that you believe in a liar. You cannot dismiss all of this. You can't just say, oh, no, there may be an interpretation, there may be a metaphor, there may be another meaning. No, he's categorical. He said that I will die between the age of 74 and 86. And repeatedly he confirmed that he was basically 69 when he died. So in the court, he said, at this time, in 1904, I am only 65 years of age. And he died 4 years later, which makes him 68, which makes him, 69, which makes him 69, as we have been saying. Again, on May 16, 1901, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad gave the following testimony in the District Court of Gurdaspur. God be my witness. Are you listening, Ahmadis? This is what Mirza Ghulam Ahmad said in the court of Gurdaspur in Punjab. He said, these are his words, I'm quoting, God be my witness that I speak the truth. I am only 60 years of age. And this was said in 1901. In 1901. So I am only 60 years of age. So he died 7 years later. Okay, so that makes him again 67 years of age. So clearly he himself was not clear as to what exactly his age was, because he is now saying that God be my witness that I speak the truth. I am only 60 years of age. In 1901, he said this. However, this second testimony is inaccurate. At that time, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad had to be 62 years of age and not 60. So when he said in this court of Gurdaspur, upon oath again, that God is my witness, I'm 60 years old, Mirza was not speaking correctly, because his other testimonies contradict this, as we have already put it to you. Mirza Ghulam Ahmad got confused about his age. He began contradicting his own testimonies and statements, hoping that he will be able to compensate for his prophecy and the confused state of his mind. Mirza was extremely confused, often contradicting himself on his own age. Okay? So now, we'll continue.
Adnan bhai, can I just say a couple of things here?
Yeah. Before you say, I'm just going to quickly put this, and then you can come back in, inshallah.
Yeah, no worries.
In several different writings, he furnishes different statements about his age. So which one is it? And is Mirza telling the truth when he's talking like this? He writes, at this time in 1896, I am 64 years of age. This he wrote in Izalatul Awham, page 3. Then he states in another place, at this time in 1903, I am 70 years of age, which is again confusing. This is in Haqiqatul Wahi, page 71. Then he goes on to say, at this time in 1904, I am 65 years of age. And this he said in, again, the court testimony, which has been mentioned earlier. Okay, then it goes on. Now in 1905, I am 70 years of age. Okay, so in the court in 1904, actually in 1903, he says I'm 70 years of age. In 1904, in the court, he says I'm 65 years of age. In the year 1905, the very next year, he says I'm 70 years of age. What games is Mirza playing? Has he lost his mind? Are these his writings? Or he's crazy? Or he's a liar? Which one is it? In either one of these cases, he cannot be a prophet. He cannot be a prophet. Then he goes on to say, at this time in 1907, I am 68 years of age. Okay, and this he said in his book, Haqiqatul Wahi, page 201. So, brothers and sisters, we have 6 options, actually 5 options in front of us. I will repeat so that you are not confused. In 1896, Mirza said, I'm 64 years of age. In 1903, he said, I'm 70 years of age. In 1904, he said, I'm 65 years of age. In 1905, he said, I am 70 years of age. In 1907, he said, I'm 68 years of age. What the hell is going on? And these are all his testimonies, his writings. We're not making this up. Imtiaz Bhai, are we making this up?
No, no.
Okay.
We have all references.
I have the quote and the reference to every single one of his statements. So what games is Mirza playing with his age and why? Now, putting these statements in another form, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad presented his age as follows, as I mentioned. As I mentioned earlier, 1896, 64, 1903, 70, 1904, 65, 1905, 70 again, 1907, 68. So it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, so we are all confused. Then Mirza Ghulam Ahmad died on May 2, 1908. Thus, at the time of his death, he did not exceed 69 years of age. He had prophesied about his age in these words: you will be 80 years of age approximately, or a few years more. And further, God has told me that you will be 80 years of age or little over. This is another prophecy of his in a different place where he said this. Okay, this is said in Mawahibul Rahman, page 21. In view of all these facts, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad has passed judgment on himself by saying, if you can prove that out of 100 prophecies that is one prophecy which is false, I will accept that I am a liar. So, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, having considered this case, having looked at this evidence, quotes from his book, first he claims he was born in 1839 or 1840, and he repeatedly confirmed that. And then he died at 69. And then he is repeatedly changing his age. One year he's saying he's 65, the next year he's saying he's 70, then the next year he's saying he's 68. What games is Mirza playing? In his own writings. Is this a prophet of God? Or is this someone confused? Or is this a liar? Or is this someone crazy? In either one of these cases, he cannot be a prophet. He cannot be Masih Maud. He cannot be the promised Messiah. I rest my case.